Or
I will.
Madam Chair, whenever
Okay.
you're ready.
Okay. All right, we will start the Public Works Standing Committee meeting of Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. Susan was unable to, get the meeting minutes, done for us this afternoon, so they'll be next meeting. Public Works update from Public Works Director.
Okay, we've been kind of slowing down with our projects, so either on the winter shutdown or completed, so we've been catching up on a lot of stuff. One of the things I'm gonna dive into right away, I just gotta, figure out how to make my computer work here. Maybe I hit that button. I'm gonna share my screen. We're trying to get things finalized for the EDA project, which is the street project. At the start this spring, we came in under budget on the bid on that. We had budgeted quite a bit of contingency because we thought it was gonna be, we thought the bids were gonna come in higher. And so we're looking at different areas where we can do additional work. And I have if you look on the TV behind you, or if you got it on your computer, that's the area we're gonna do right now, and I just have it with no background. Just kind of give it some reference. Here's what it looks like. Whoa, it took a minute. You can't see it as well in there. So we're looking for places to add work, and one of the areas that we were gonna look at was, or we are looking at, is on Bonner, where it goes back into behind the Zip Trip. This little chunk here, we were talking about adding that in there. Basically a dead-end street. We have this easement right here. We don't have any easement across here, so that could theoretically be blocked off someday. Lumber yards right there. Street's never gonna go any further. We met with the Peak Henry folks, and basically what they would like to see in that area is something that looks like this.
sure they would.
It's basically a parking lot.
Lovely.
And it would be a city-maintained parking lot at that. So what I've been kicking around, what I want to get comment from you guys on, or thoughts, is one of the options that came up at that meeting was abandoning that chunk of Bonner Avenue. And when we abandoned it, we'd go half to the Zip Trip, half to the Peak Henry folks. I've been looking at it, and I really can't see a downside to that, because this is just gonna be a headache for us, I believe, trying to plow and maintain. And as an alternative to that, what I would like to consider adding is, let me zoom out here a little bit, doing curb and gutter up through here. One of our projects that we've been kind of piddling on the Public Works is fixing the drainage up here in this parking lot.
There's that pool, that pile.
Trying to keep the lake from moving into the zoo, and we've made good progress with that last year. We haven't done much this year on it yet. We're just back up there this last week moving some dirt. But we have in the EDA budget, I think we could add this. EDA would have to approve it. It would kind of look like that for curb and gutter. And I don't know if this is quite accurate. The gutter might actually come back here. I think it'd be I think it'd be a lot more value to the people of Red Lodge to put money into that rather than a dead-end Bonner Avenue.
So with the tennis courts going there, right?
Yeah, tennis courts are going down here.
Right there, okay, so there'll be room to.
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna affect tennis courts other than,
Make it nicer.
Improve the drainage.
It'll improve the road up there,
Yeah,
make it better.
exactly.
And, this is a pretty loose idea. I did have asked Brandon at Great West to kind of start sketching up some ideas. There would probably be some lay-down curb in here for access to this parking area. I would hope that we would figure out a way to grade this so it would drain better to the south. But I think having curb gutter and asphalt in there would be a good start. Our plans with this is to get it higher and get some topsoil on it, hopefully get the sprinkler system in and kind of make it look like grass and stuff. There was a drawing
Where's
from,
Chelsea? It'll be our grass
I
museum.
don't know, I've already, it's already been.
but,
Where is the proposed sledding?
it'd be coming down this hill
That hill.
right there, I think is what they were talking about,
Okay.
so.
Oh, I thought it was, oh, okay. Right now, it's farther north, where people slid down to the steep.
Like
right
inside
there.
the P?
No, up there, right there, at the, yeah, where the P is, right there, but it's,
Kind of like where that trail maybe.
Yeah, right there,
I
yeah,
think
that's,
right here.
That-
That's what
Yeah.
probably take up.
This road wouldn't really be a factor. The one thing we've also been talking about, just as an FYI, and it hasn't made its way to council yet, is we've talked about replacing the portable outhouses at a couple locations in town with pit toilets, that don't have to be serviced as frequently, so like one up there. So that's where what brought that to my mind is when you talk about the sledding trail, we wanna make sure we don't put a concrete building at the end of a tubing hill.
You actually have flushing toilets,
At the ball field.
They are during the summer, but they're closed down during the winter.
but that site that could be improved for year-round access if there's gonna be year-round activity.
right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good jaunt from, especially like, I don't know what the best answer is up there, cause there's a lot that goes on up here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a pretty long jaunt to there. For soccer, when we do the porta pies, we put it right where my finger's at. You know, I think even having something down here would probably be tough for soccer, really. I mean, maybe not, but.
But that was, and there, like up by the dog park, we have a portable, so that's just an idea that's entered. And by the way, I already, not going to the road abandonment or not, I've already given the guidance and direction, yes, please pursue getting this done. We'll have the conversation about abandonment down the road, but I don't think it changes this conversation, because that would have more community benefit than Bonner Avenue. That's kind of really what we're coming to you guys for.
It's still gonna have to be presented to EDA. I think EDA will like this. I mean, when we realized we were, had the capacity to add more curb and gutter and asphalt into the project, we asked them for guidance on it, and they said, I don't know the exact wording, but it was more along lines of, things that
Business and tourism, not residential.
business more than residential was more easier for them to follow. So I
So,
feel like this is a little bit business to the sanctuaries up there. It's definitely not residential by any means. It's, like tourism / community access.
there would still be room for parking, right, because I mean, that lot gets used a lot for
Yeah.
parking.
This is to enhance parking, not to take it away.
This is
So
for
we're
like
just
more
not- we're
drainage.
not paving
Basically,
everything.
This road exists now.
Right, it does, but
We're
people
just
park
gonna
all,
make it
park
not
weird all over
a
it.
pile of
so.
junk that
But with
forms
the,
a lake.
with the curb and gut, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Will it eliminate the lake? Because I've gone
Hopefully.
swimming many times
Yeah.
in that parking lot.
I did go out and shoot all this, and it's a little deceptive. It looks like it should drain this way. There's a storm drain right down here somewhere, right in there. From
But
that elevation to right here, there's less than a foot of fall and 439 feet, so it's pretty flat.
it is, it's,
So we would have to, we're gonna have to bring everything up on the north end, and try and grade it properly, and I definitely feel like we can certainly improve it. It's not gonna shed water like a duck by any means, but
it'll help.
it'll be better than it is.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I've trucked through and buses parking over there and watching kids and At night, people leave
I think last year there was
tournaments.
some geese that nested up there, so.
Man, it was intense.
So the question is, for you guys, when we came in and we approved this and we did the EDA, we had originally laid down, here's the streets that we want to do,
Mhm.
and now I'm swapping it. We're proposing a swap for, rather than doing
Well,
bond or
I
doing
guess
that.
the other thing too is what I really want some feedback on, it doesn't have to be right here, think about it, talk to people, but, I feel like if we're not gonna do this, I feel like abandonment is the way to go, because otherwise we've made commitments there to a degree,
So-
as a street.
Well, you mean for the abandonment of it?
Yeah, I'd just like to know.
No,
what
if
people
we
think
spend
about it.
$150,000 paving it and then abandoning it, that doesn't make sense.
No, well, and I wasn't on council when we basically said we were not going to abandon any more streets without getting something in return, or any more dead ends without getting some, like a land swap, or without getting something in return. So I kind of do have a little,
What's the basis of that?
And land use is looking at that with their process of, because we brought this up in this example of their process to make, you were in that.
Yeah, so our process was to kind of go through the flow chart to see how this worked. But then when we came up with, Chelsea came up with, you know, some hypothetical situations 20, 30 years down the road, like,
Mhm.
once that stuff is kind of developed, who's to say that they don't want I think she said a pocket park in there, or,
yeah.
you know, something
Well,
smaller.
and is it really, like, where it's I mean, it used to be a plotted street all the way down. Did we abandon where Rock Creek Lumber is now?
No,
that
it
area?
stopped there, that,
It just
when that was
always
platted,
stopped?
that was the city boundary.
Because that's
at
the
that
edge of
point.
the city, so that we didn't have anything
When they
beyond that.
platted that was the edge.
So they
of
just
town.
stopped. It was like the end of the world.
So when we annexed
sidewalk in.
in where Rock Creek
They
Lumber is,
didn't put any easement through there.
okay. And then there's no, because there's whatever that is, First Street or Second, whatever that is by, Circle 17 on the north side of that street.
There
Or
is no
just that-
street, there isn't a street there, so it's
Well,
private
no,
property.
you go, the entrance is there.
People go,
People drive there, but there is no street from a
It's not
city
actually-
perspective.
Yeah, see that, where that red line is right there?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they could.
And I've done that, I've
Tomorrow and
cut-
stretch the yellow tape across there and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
They could put a fence line along there.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is there a way to monetize it in any form?
Yeah.
Well, I
maybe-
guess I don't know, but I wanna say one thing, I mean, I don't quite understand why we have to come out ahead on it monetarily, because literally from a public works standpoint,
We're giving away a liability.
This is a big headache and a
I was
liability
gonna say, aren't we actually
for us.
saving more
So
money
what
by
we're
abandoning?
gaining is, I mean, I don't know how anybody's gonna react, you know, but I've had a little bit of dealing with Pecan County people, but the way that looks like to me is, we own their parking lot, and plowing snow in a parking lot is not gonna be a good thing for us in Public Works. We're not ever gonna get it right, we're not gonna ever get it done on time, and there's really nowhere to put the snow here. And
well,
we're gonna push it all to the
and-
end,
and
is
I-
what we do now.
And I get that, and I
But-
totally respect that, but it comes down to, we just paid $20,000 for a little tiny chunk of land on a corner that could never be developed. And now we're gonna give away like a whole block of streets.
Of headache.
Yeah, well, and I understand that, but I mean,
I mean, there's some other ones that we can look at.
well, that's what, I mean, that's just it, I mean,
I
we'll
mean,
take.
And I said, I think there's a process we need to go, but, the other thing is, according to, I checked with our planner if we could offer deed restrictions as we abandon stuff. And he said, they'll check with the attorney, but he thought we could. So for instance, we can say for purpose of X or not for purpose of.
I mean, here's another one that's a big pain in the butt. There's an easement or a right of way through here from this alley up to that word.
Yep.
And, but you can't, it's too steep here, so it's not a road.
Right.
It's basically a driveway for this person, is all it is. But when it rains hard and all that gravel washes out, we're up there fixing the driveway, we're plowing that in the winter. Should we really be plowing the driveway? I mean, how does the city or the people of Red Lodge benefit from that right of way?
Are you required to plow?
I'm not sure on that one, if we're, I mean,
Is it like
technically,
an
yeah,
alley
they call us up and they say, hey, that's your street. I mean, I feel like I gotta go plow it, right? Because it is,
Yeah.
it's a city.
Yeah, it's kind of like a, yeah, I mean, it's a street,
We've got two or
It's
three
an
things that
alley.
are basically, there's a person at the end of it.
yeah.
That
Well,
we're-
we've got a
and I-
few
I-
too
I-
that are, like dead ends. There's nobody at the, go away.
So I want the planner to make some recommendations on these, because the thou shalt never give away stuff is more of a guideline, really, I think. You have to
Well,
have a
and
really good rule.
I understand that, but I mean, that,
And this is another one that we plow this in the winter,
yeah.
pain in the butt, people are always parked here.
Do you
half the
plow
time we
all the
can't-
way around? 'Cause
No,
that,
No,
just-
we
you see
just
the
plow
red line,
straight
that's
up.
our road.
Right there, that's an easement, that's a right of way.
Yeah, that's all right.
So there's always trucks parked here, this guy calls and says, hey, you gotta come plow that, and we can barely get a pickup up there.
Does the tax value go up?
And it's a driveway.
Is the what?
When they receive the gift of more
Does their
square
tax go up?
footage,
Yes,
do their taxes go up?
yes, because they have, now that's now their property,
Okay.
rather than being
Yeah,
tax-free
just
city
something-
property.
I just want feedback on these, I really want feedback on the Bonner Avenue one, but, and I don't know that abandon them is the right answer, but I feel like,
Is that,
there's some areas in here that deserve some thought.
well, is that Dunlap and Robert Kramer?
What's that?
Is that Robert
no,
Kramer?
no, this is up,
No.
on the,
Yeah,
this
this isn't quite to Kramer's.
Oh,
is,
okay. Because they have a similar
Lexi Adams'
situation
old,
where they're,
Lexi Adams'
Yeah,
old
this-
house,
This is another fun one.
Lenny Reed,
yeah.
Or, you know, I don't know, it's a,
that's the Eaters right there.
and then
There's good old Nutting.
that one's a mess.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
we,
This
obviously,
one's a
we
mess,
have,
we plowed right up to there and
Yeah,
stopped,
that was
you
a
know.
problem last winter, yep.
It's just, anyway, something's food for thought.
Okay, here's my question. What if, you want to abandon, Bonner and the Peak Factory say, no, thank you? We don't want that problem.
They might.
They might, I don't know. I mean,
I'm
I'm
just-
trying to figure out if
Right,
it's a
like
good
what-
idea
why
first
would
or
I-
not.
One of their earlier ideas, actually, from their planner,
Mhm.
was that they came in and wanted us to abandon. And my initial position is, we don't do that.
right,
And then as
And then
I
the
went
more
to
we look
staff,
at it-
as I went to collect staff reports, I went to Brian and said, what do you think of Brian? He says, yeah, we never abandon property. I went to Mike, and Mike said, that's a headache, and it's gonna get worse. Why, if we keep it, we're gonna be plowing it, we're never gonna get it right, we're basically plowing their parking lot. We have to worry about drainage, we have to worry about,
Hitting cars.
well, and I guess I'm kind of, I mean, right now, it's just a gravel road.
but it's about to become a parking lot for an art gallery.
Well, yeah, but
With
are they
little white
going to be,
intention.
but are they going to be infringing on our road?
Because
I
if
mean,
they're
they can
infringing on the
on the
road,
road,
they
then-
can't be.
Yeah.
No, they are not, their parking
Then-
can be all on the side and just there.
Yeah, and I mean, the city has never given me any favors with my parking lot, they've always plowed me in. So, I'm like,
Yeah,
why
but
should we
your-
give
but
them
your
any?
parking lot's not a right of
There's,
way.
No, but I'm just
No,
saying,
that's
no, but if their parking lot, even when I lived up at the golf course, they plow my driveways in. I
Isn't
mean,
there-
they've never, ever have given, anyone they've never plowed anybody else's.
No, but
private property.
because that's a right of way, we have to plow that.
So
No,
what if we-
I understand that, but when you go through there, I'm like, right now, you just plow, right? You don't.
No, we just shove it all up to the fence at
Right.
the lumberyard.
So
Yeah.
what if we just abandoned it without, like, abandoning ownership? Like, isn't there a way that you can just be like, this is no longer a road?
No, I think if we own it, we own it.
We own it.
Well, there is
Well, we own it-
there is a discontinue,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but then what do you do with that's an interesting thought. So the thing I had was, if we abandon it, can we put restrictions on it when we abandon it to make sure
Well-
that it'll not,
Well, see, like, my
You
thing,
have
It's
two,
a parking lot.
right, well, then my theory goes back to the pocket park. Say we abandon it, but it's not that we're relinquishing it from the city, we're just not having it as a right-of-way anymore. It's just a piece
It's
of,
city land.
it's just city land that is no longer a road. I mean, if we needed to go in and,
Become a road again, we can,
yeah, or we could just tear it up now and
turn it into a park.
put a green space. Sorry, I play a lot of, like, little games where I'm constantly putting little parks.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be parking there.
Mike, does,
Well, so that's
Zip
why I'm, like,
Trip
wondering
have
if it's
deliveries
still
on that
city.
road?
Hmm?
Does Zip Trip have deliveries on that road?
Yeah, I think Zip Trip does have.
The
trucks.
gas comes in and the groceries
Is that
come
where
in?
they-
Drive-up
is
window
that-
back there.
What?
They used to have a drive-up window
Yes,
back
They
there.
did, yeah. Yeah, when it was taco time.
but it was in the right of way?
I don't know, I don't remember. Taco Time I thought was on the, I thought Taco Time was on the other side,
It was like,
in the
when,
back.
it was right there, it had a little.
It was on the south end of the building originally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay,
Innovations had it.
yeah, I don't know, oh, okay.
So wouldn't that be difficult to abandon it if people are using it for useful,
Well, I don't think so.
Well, again, it's there, I
Half of it will go to Zip Trip, so they'd have their,
don't know, I'm torn either way, like, I can see the benefit in both, I just, as a
I mean,
maintenance
right
perspective.
now, we've got, so if we keep it and we fix it, which, you know, we're doing a big project right here, now's the time to do it. I mean, basically, it is gonna look like this. And,
You can see the right of way there and how they have parking, but it's in the right of way.
Well,
and,
yeah,
and
that's what.
and we're gonna have to incorporate a stormwater retention area here, which, you know, is, I guess, problematic because they built this big driveway that comes out here now. I mean,
I just don't feel
I
comfortable.
remember after the first meeting with this, I felt like we were trying to put 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound sack. And everybody wanted this and this and this, and there just wasn't enough room to
Right.
do all this. But, you know, you're in a room and you have a planner guy there, an engineer there, and they're all, well, we can make it work, we can make it work. The
Yeah,
reality is,
We'll see it.
from my experience, that it doesn't ever work when you do that. You're still trying to put 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound sack.
right, and I think, I
So
feel like
I
they're
just
trying
feel
to
like
push
getting
this.
rid of it.
I know, but I feel like because they did that now, they're putting it on us to abandon it, to make
No,
their plans
they're
work.
not putting it on us to abandon it. I'm the only one,
Well, I
I'm the
would-
only one that's been beating the drum on this.
Yeah, well, I was at a
Seriously.
URD meeting and they were totally pushing for it to be abandoned with the URD people.
Well,
So I was-
I'm in total support of it. I'm looking for, what's the drawback? Why is this a bad idea? Get rid of this.
And I have asked the planners to look at it and tell us what we ought to be looking at and evaluating too.
I mean, I don't see, I mean, they're building a beautiful facility down there that's really gonna, if they get it done, it's gonna be,
So if they want the
one of the
property,
major attractions to Red Lodge.
can they buy it
They
from us?
need parking.
Yeah, so if they want to turn it into a parking for themselves, they should buy it, right? Like, I don't see how that's not is that, are we allowed to do that? I mean, I've always heard that,
We can sell property.
It'd be the same thing.
I,
So one of, the one thing I'll tell you from the conversation is we went down there and his planner was telling him, spend some money, and his money, he was, why am I spending money on something I don't own? Yeah, you want me to do developments in the public right of way.
mhm.
That was his resistance factor.
Right.
And I read between the lines and said, so if you had a stake in it, maybe he's not gonna be afraid of that. I don't think selling it's a bad that's, Mike's objective is, I don't wanna maintain that anymore.
Right, and I don't,
So if we can sell it, yay,
I
that's what
wanna
it's
wash my hands of that and put the money up
somewhere else.
somewhere else.
Well, and
where-
so, and then I'm like, what if we kept it city, but we didn't have to do the maintenance? What other options do we have for that plot of land, other than,
like to give them an agreement, you can use it if you maintain it and do everything.
yeah,
Why,
Lisa.
but why would we wanna hang on to it?
Because right now, that peak cannery was a peak cannery what? I don't know how many years ago, right? And it's just now being developed. Who's to say in another 30 years, it turns into something else, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this would have been a perfect place, in Chelsea's terms, as a grass museum. Or, what else did she say?
A crap.
She did. No, I'm not joking. A stick museum, a grass museum. She came up with all sorts of fun stuff. Mud wrestling pit, I don't know.
Have you driven down there, and looked at the end of Bonner?
Yeah, it's, no, and I'm
It's the lumber yards right
right,
there. that
well, in a way,
crap
I'm
against-
kind of playing devil's advocate in this situation, right? Like, I'm trying to see, like,
Well,
I can
Just the
understand.
lumberyard goes away and all these different things.
Yeah,
It sounds like
exactly.
people need to think about it for a while.
Yeah, it's not something that I just want to be like,
I have
wow.
a thought for a place to use some of that money, and I would even participate.
It's kinda gotta be connected to where we're already
Oh,
working.
okay.
We
I was
can't
hoping
jump
we
across
could take
town.
it down to 11th here and put that new water line.
No, this is not a
Oh.
water project,
This
this
is
is
just something.
for street.
Trees.
But I'm wondering, why, if I'm an artist and I'm a rich artist, why do I wanna buy a little tractor to maintain my parking lot? Why don't I just let the city take care of it for me?
Well, they might, I don't know, I mean, if they say, no, we don't have any interest in taking it, then it kind of puts us in a hard spot to abandon it.
I'm just trying to visualize, I know the rich artist would hire a maintenance person to do this, but
Can't rich artists build a parking lot somewhere else?
Where, look,
Well, no, I mean, I don't know,
No,
we've done so
no.
much else with that area, like,
There really isn't there.
I mean-
That is
That's
the area.
Well, when they presented their original plan, did they show where the parking was going to be?
right there.
I think they were just gonna use the public right-of-way parking, and they're trying to figure out how to maximize the public right-of-way
well,
parking.
not public right away with the.
Because we could just tell them, hey, I'm sorry, you won't
Yeah,
have to, that has to be
they're-
parallel parking right there.
Yeah.
And,
they could park
here,
along right where his pointer
parking
is.
here,
Yeah, but what street is that right there? Isn't that,
Third,
That's going up
is
to the
that
high school.
Second? And that's a headache of a road as it is, especially during the winter, because you get people who are staying at like,
it's all gonna be a brand new road when we're done though.
With curb and gutter
Hmm?
and sidewalks. Curb, gutter, and
Is it gonna be
sidewalks.
wider?
Sidewalks, everything,
I just,
and this streets get done.
I don't know, I can see obviously the headache that this little piece of land is causing.
I get that. Like I say, I just don't wanna give away land. That's all.
It'd be nice if they
since they create a
willingly
piece
purchase
of
it.
land.
Maybe they want that whole piece of land versus sharing it with the
With
zip
the
trip. and it
yeah,
might
but I
be-
don't-
And I had
Yeah.
that thought, that it's likely to happen if, and I like your idea, abandonment's not our only way to wash our hands of it.
Right, do we?
So, but my thought is if we abandon it, and I'm him, I'm probably gonna go walk to Zip Trip and say, will you sell that to me? So I could, I would, but to your point, why do we give it to them and
So they
have
can
them
sell-
turn around and sell it to
Right,
him? Why
exactly.
don't we sell it to them instead?
Right.
Yeah.
Or, again, like,
I mean, we literally just sold a little tiny corner, or bought a little tiny corner so we could put for $20,000.
You're talking about White Avenue?
But I'm not sure it's-
That's an apple versus an orange. That was a piece of ground that should have been.
already,
I
had an easement
get it.
process.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it just seems silly to pay for this little tiny corner so we can do what we needed to do and then turn around and give away land. I don't,
So who would be?
Oh, you're
the-
saying, how do we know that we're not creating, and there is an easement that's not showing up on there that is already
Yeah,
there,
there's.
and the
there's a
easements wouldn't go
sewer
away.
main for right back here.
no, I realize the easements wouldn't go away. I'm just saying it's a pretty big piece of land.
So who could approach the art gallery to determine if they have an interest in purchasing that property?
We can do that, but we wanted to get a feel for what this group's ideas were before we did that, before we opened that can of worms.
I mean, basically, when I brought up the idea, I think I talked to Brian first, and we don't abandon anything, never
Not
do
anymore,
that.
no.
Lonnie said the same thing, Dennison kind of said the same thing, and I keep looking at this, and I'm like, well,
Where there's a will,
I
there's a
wanna know
way.
why. I mean, other than, because Why not, why aren't we? I mean,
Because you can,
and that's-
once it's
that's-
gone,
It's gone.
it's gone,
Yeah.
and we'll never get it back.
Just like the ice rink.
And you know what,
Yeah.
a couple of those other ones that I showed you,
Those ones,
I don't think, and this one's gonna be another one, but a much more focused one. It's gonna be the same as those other ones we looked at over there on Word.
mhm.
These little dead-end places that we have to basically, this is plowing somebody's driveway, but it's not gonna be just one person, it's gonna be that business.
Specifically.
It's gonna be a big headache.
Well, and normally you don't plow the right of way, you know,
No, we
so
plow the right-of-ways,
the parking lot areas?
no, the
Parking areas?
right-of-ways we plow, not parking lots. This is
Right.
basically gonna be a parking lot in a right-of-way.
Well, they can't put it in the driving area, the parking in the driving area. It has to be in the
No.
parking area, right?
No, I mean, we have parking in the street,
Right.
we plow that when we widen.
Yeah, I don't know, I just, again,
I mean, maybe, they might say, hey, we'd rather plow ourselves, stay out of here.
Yeah.
You don't know until you ask them.
I don't know that
So,
that will last, and we have another one down here that's a royal pain in the butt. And the way I heard it was that it got turned into a right of way to,
where are you? Where are you
to
going?
basically.
The one that goes dead end down to the creek is the
Holly
one that-
Valley Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that, over by 19th Street
So,
Bridge.
we plow this guy's driveway,
Holly.
Oh, yeah.
believe me, if we don't get it plowed, my phone's ringing.
I just figured it was Holly Ferber.
That's the city road,
Yeah.
that's a long public driveway that we
That
plow.
is a driveway.
Yeah, that's a public right, that was an easement that was added.
Why isn't my driveway getting plowed? That's like a,
Apparently,
we
this,
have to
because,
plow it.
because you didn't know the mayor at the time who said, sure, we can turn that into, you give it an
I-
easement,
That's,
we'll plow it.
that's disgraceful.
I believe
I
that
think
is pretty accurate from what I've heard, the urban legend on it, is that, yeah, that, right, so,
that needs to, something needs to be done with that one. That one's silly. That just,
that one's gonna be a tougher one to get rid of.
Yeah, you can't really get rid of it once
Wait
you
till the house sells.
establish it as a road. They don't want to.
Wow.
They're not gonna wanna buy a road.
Right,
This is why we're building a process to evaluate all of these and go through all of them.
there's the flow chart, so.
Yeah, they should, they are. Oh,
Brother?
No?
Oh.
I wanna go out with him.
Nothing.
I know, I was looking at Rod, like, wait, Rod's here.
Like, where's Kelly?
Well, Mike, I think you've gotta account for all the quirks in this town and then go, just go talk to them and, you know, might be surprised at what,
well, I mean, the bottom line though is, you know, if they say, oh yeah, we'll plow it, that's fine and dandy, but it doesn't mean anything.
they will. That's,
They could change their mind next year and say, hey, that's a city road.
That
you gotta
sucks. I don't
plow
wanna do it. Have the city do it again, really.
I mean, it's not,
I get
there's
that.
nothing binding there.
Is there
I mean,
anything
if
that says
it's,
that
if
you
it's
have
a
to
city
plow?
right away,
So is,
it's our responsibility.
yeah.
Well, is it really, we didn't used to plow here, you used to drive around in your snowmobile in the wintertime.
What's
Like,
that?
We used to drive around in snowmobiles in the wintertime,
Oh.
they didn't plow.
Yeah, and what,
I'm like,
so
well,
that's
plow
what I
the
tell
main
people when they
thoroughfare.
call
We're
me
too
and they
civilized
say,
now,
hey,
Jerry.
come plow Holly Valley Lane. I
Right.
say, oh, go get a snowmobile.
Yeah, I'm just.
They don't say a whole road.
I know, I'm just
Well,
saying.
and to be fair, guys, we don't have to solve that problem tonight.
No, I just want people to think about it.
But, yeah, get
I'm
it
gonna
on your
drive
plate
down
to
there
think about
tomorrow.
it, but given that whole possibility is out there,
Mhm.
do you have any qualms with saying, rather than spending $150,000 on property, we might sell or give away or do something else with, and redirecting those EDA dollars up to the parking lot up for Coal Miners Park?
No, I'm
good with that.
yeah, I'm
Are you okay with
absolutely
it?
okay with taking that money and putting it somewhere else. But if that's
Yeah,
where we're at.
I would not want to plow that road, no,
I get that.
or not
No,
plow
I
it, but
mean,
pave that
But
road.
to a certain degree too, we're gonna end up, I don't know, how easy it's gonna be to just walk away from.
Yeah, it's a city road, from pavement.
Yeah, yeah,
No, you do not have to pave city roads. In
um,
fact, a lot of, like Terry, Montana, just dug up all their pavement because they can't afford to maintain asphalt. They have gravel roads now.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
Every
pull-
They've gone back to road base.
I
Yeah,
love that.
You do
the
not
same
have to
way.
have paved roads in the city even now.
Phillipsburg is also,
It's hysterical. That should be on Dateline or something.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to maintain them anymore, they were in a horrible state, so they just dug them up and put roads
Hot
down.
somebody called.
And are you okay with using the money up at the,
Yeah.
by the parking lot, okay?
I just feel like that's
That's the going place up there. We need to, do what
for
can to
everything,
improve it.
Yeah,
all time of year.
I would have a hard time spending 100, however much that is, on a dead-end road, so, just to,
And then to figure out what to do with it, so.
yeah, I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other discussion with everybody.
Yes, okay.
I think that's, I'm gonna cut my update up right there, cause
Okay.
it's for enough of that time.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I talk a little
Unless
bit about
anybody has questions
sidewalks?
about anything.
Because I have a question to Mike about sidewalks and.
Sure.
is this
Um,
about the 50/50
Yeah,
program? Okay.
I've been calling people, but then I noticed there was a strip of sidewalk being replaced in High Bug, and I kept going by there, no one was there, but finally today, your neighbor, Zach
Brown.
Brown, thank you, was there, and I got out and talked to him about, the process, and, I guess a question I didn't, know, the excavation, how is that excavation and getting rid of all the concrete, how is that gonna work? Who's gonna do
Well,
that? And
like,
we'll,
I think what I had proposed in that thing I brought last time for everybody to mark up and bring back is they could apply for assistance with removal from the city, and that would be,
and that
the
is,
public works crew would just come in, pull the concrete out with our mini excavator, load it up, haul it down to our concrete pile that hopefully someday will crush. And that would be it.
okay,
But it's at discretion of Public Works, so like
At
if we
discretion
have
of
other
Public Works.
projects, they can't do it, if it's next to
No,
a uranium mine and we don't
Well,
wanna
or
do it.
Even an old building, if the sidewalk's like poured up to an old building foundation that's rocks, and we're not gonna go in there and.
We're not gonna create liability.
So, yeah, that's what that portion of the incentive program was. And it says in there that we're not gonna do any of the dirt work. We don't do any of the grade work. I mean, it's in that rough
yeah,
draft that
it just,
I printed out last time.
would it be
Got that?
helpful, it would be helpful to me, but it would be helpful to anybody else that if Zach came here and explained this process to us.
Well, I think that's explained the sidewalk process.
Yeah, because it sounds like he and his uncle Matt would be prime candidates to
No,
help
it-
us with this.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, there are contractors that would benefit from it. And we're not, as it says in that thing, we're not gonna go out and, we'll supply a list of people in town that do sidewalks, but we're not gonna make any recommendations,
Right,
or anything
We're
like
not
that.
soliciting, that's the homeowner's, the property
Um,
owner's job.
You know, it's not a complicated process by any means.
Yeah, you tear out the
Um,
sidewalk, you grade
Yeah,
it,
do the
put
grade
up
work,
some
get, you know, whatever you need to do.
for it.
Compact gravel, put in forms, pour the sidewalk.
Where did we land on they have to have a warranty for a year or something? Did they say nobody does
We
concrete?
haven't made, you know, since the last time I was here, when we went over that rough draft,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hoping to get copies back with some,
Did you guys bring him
with
any
some ink on it.
copies back? Did they?
I'm waiting on that.
oh,
And I think in terms of, you know, once we get it pretty good, then I feel like the next step is to get it to Dennis and have him craft it into some kind of a resolution.
Mike, can you email us, like, the Word document of that, so
Um,
that I can type it instead of just marking the paper up?
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, 'cause
Okay.
it's not on this computer.
Yeah, then I can go through and I can,
Yeah,
But I
we're gonna
think,
get
you know,
feedback
and
tonight,
then once
too,
we get it, once we have the program, then we can have, you know, then I think it's time to reach out, maybe have a little informational meeting, invite anybody who's a contractor that does that kind of work and let them know what it is, spell it out. But first, we gotta get it, before we can spell it out to other people, we gotta spell it out to ourselves.
Mhm.
And we're not there yet, and we have a rough draft.
And the other part of that, and that comes into play, because we had a couple of them that got done over here on plat, and that is, if you wanna wait until next year, sure, but like, it's not, there's no retroactive
No,
capability in it. So like the ones that are in process right now, they got ahead of us, and good for them, but they won't be able to
They
benefit from this
can't, they
program.
already started.
Well, okay, it just seems really super complicated to me, but, just because I can't do these kind of works.
Yeah, well, I
Because you
think,
haven't done one
What
once, as
that-
soon as you would, you go, this is it?
what
But-
that proposal is, I mean, in a nutshell is, you know, you fill out the application, we look at it, approve it,
estimate,
you have your bid, it's whatever, $6,500, then we'll pay half of that, done. The other part of that's incentive one, and we'll do that until we run out of money. First come, first served, that's simple. The other incentive is, in order to trim the cost down of that estimate, we're willing to come in and remove the concrete for you that's existing on approval and get rid of it. Because for a lot of these guys, that's like the Matt and the Zach Browns, that's a big headache for them. Because they may not have a mini excavator. They have to go rent one for that day. We do, and we can just roll up and literally have it out of there in 10 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's basically that in a nutshell. That's the incentive program. We're gonna help you pay for it with resort tax dollars. We're gonna help you get rid of it because we have the equipment and the expertise to do it quickly and efficiently.
Okay.
And I'm hoping you guys still have your notes from last time conversation, because somebody was asking me, they were asking about the safeguards to make sure one person doesn't come in and spend all of it. And they said, I remember a conversation about 5,000 or 10,000, but was that
yeah.
10,000 that we're gonna contribute, or the project was 10,000 and we're only doing 5?
Well, I talked to two people in the state, and they said, expect 10 jobs a year. That's what she,
What's
10, they said, we get about 10 jobs a year. And I think that's pretty realistic, I think.
I think, I don't know, in terms of, you're talking like a contractor does 10 jobs a year?
Well, the
or-
10 sidewalks a year,
Oh,
10 in the program.
sure,
I think they both said that ballpark.
yeah.
Mike and I have a
That seems-
bet going, because he thinks the money's not gonna disappear, it's gonna take a few years to socialize and get it out there. My goal is to make sure we have all the money spent in the first year.
Well, that would be about 10 jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, great, then we're,
I mean,
Well, no, because 10 jobs is $50,000, but we're only paying half, so does that mean 20 jobs?
oh, okay, all right, well,
it just depends, like, I think.
the
I mean,
prep
it's just
work,
like
the
when we
season,
have the program,
yeah.
It's just, you guys gotta put what the limits are.
Yep.
The most we'll pay out to a person 5,000 or 10,000 to an individual job.
Okay.
So imagine the community foundation coming in and saying, we wanna do the whole block, we're gonna spend all $50,000.
But then didn't we bring it up also, commercial versus residential area?
Right now, we don't have that in there.
No, and we don't, but there was also, I think you guys, again, I have to look at my notes, and I hope you guys have the notes too, since you need to bring that back to Mike. There was something that we'll do on approval of the public works director or something, and it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
just the pushing
No.
dirt. Maybe that was, you can go for a bigger project if it's approved, which may mean we'll push it to the end of the summer, and if nobody else comes along, yes, you get it.
See, that's what we put, we said, add a cap, project over 10K, public work director makes the call, and/or city council,
If it's a bigger.
yeah.
Well, that's, now, 10K, is that the project is 10K, AKA 5,000 from the max? That was the part I didn't remember.
For over 10K, $20,000 project.
Okay, so 10K of money from the program. 10K of grant for a $20,000 project. So next time, you guys are all gonna bring marked
Well,
up
I
copies
think
and
you
get
can
to Mike.
email them to me too, if you don't
So,
waste 2
I mean, I have
weeks.
little pencil ready.
Yeah, if you email us a Word doc, then we can go in and we can add this stuff to it.
Yeah.
So we have them as points on there that we've talked about, and we can
Dimensions.
decide if we wanna keep them or not.
And so in the meeting tonight, for that full council update, it will be coming.
Mm.
Make your notes, get them sent to Mike.
Yeah.
and we'll try to have an updated
Do you
version
want-
for next time.
He's not sending it to the full council, though, he's just sending it to us.
And
Yeah,
you
no,
tell me.
I'm gonna get the rough draft kind of polished up,
Yeah,
then I'm gonna take it to Dennison and have him kind of do his magic to it, and then develop, I guess, would be a resolution to form this thing, or an ordinance?
No, I think it'll be a resolution.
Resolution.
But I think you guys also, you talked about it already at last council meeting.
we did, and we got input from people.
You just didn't write it down and give it to Public Works Director.
Well, because I need the Word document, because I wanted to.
I'll get that to you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
like
it's not on this computer.
So,
I mean,
so I anticipate this is not gonna take a lot of time at tonight's conversation.
no, it will not.
Okay.
So, all right, anything else then on the 50/50 sidewalk program?
No, that was just,
Okay, because, well, it was on here on the agenda, so I just. So, any updates from Parks Board and Sustainability Board?
Parks Board is, I call that group of happy warriors. We, got the MOU of tennis and, disc golf has gotten their MOU, it's a draft, both of them are drafts, and they, seem to be getting along and sharing that space.
Okay.
And it's this, compared to the whole thing that disc golf has, that area is very small, that they will have to share with the tennis courts. But they're working around a hole that will work within the tennis court.
Yeah, that's what, we
And-
had Lindsay
Yep.
Hoffman here last night, and she said that they kind of came to agreement,
Mhm.
we're working together to kind of compromise on it.
But moving along, but, those are the two big ones.
I do have a copy, they did write a letter for the tenants, and I have a copy of that I'll hand out to everybody tonight, because it didn't get in for the packet.
Okay. All right, our new ordinance governing residential trash cans, we have a lot of, Ann gathered a lot of information for us, and it seems like the status quo of a lot of other cities, is that they charge a trash can per, lot. And if they need another trash can, then they have to pay for another trash can. And the way that they deal with it is, I guess apparently Republic Services in Billings, or someplace that Republic Services has, they actually have cameras on the truck.
So in the city of Billings,
Oh, the
is
city
not
of-
Republic.
Okay, the city of Billings actually has cameras on the truck, and they can tell, like, the problem areas, and then they'll send those people a letter and say, you have to have another trash can.
Mhm.
We're going to, because it's full, overflowing all the time, here's your other trash can, and here's your additional bill. So there's ways to do that, and I mean, that's what
That's kind of cool. but
Yeah,
It's Billings.
I do have an update, and I will mention this at council meeting tonight in mayor's comments as well. But the specific issue that we've been talking from, they have had, their attorney has written up a report and sent it into the city, basically doing it. As such, both sides are represented by attorneys now, and so that property owner should not be reaching out and talking to anybody on council or staff or anybody else. And they actually have already received, the attorney got a letter that said, please remind your client that he no longer gets to do that. So if they reach out to talk to you on that,
Who's they?
let me tell you the last, can you remember the last name?
Randy Brunson.
Brunson.
No.
I'm trying to figure out how
Lives up
not
on
to say
Bear
that
Creek Hill.
name, and I don't want to say that name. in
Lives up on
council meeting.
Bear Creek Hill.
Oh, okay.
It's going up over the hill. So I'm just telling you guys, if you are contacted, you should not be speaking with him, and you can just say, we've been advised by council not to discuss this
Right.
any further, so.
But we can still move forward with our.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
With our ordinance regarding this, because I really feel it does need to be cleaned up. We have too many inconsistencies right now on who has two, who has three, who has one,
Yeah.
with,
Agreed 100%.
yeah, so what does everybody feel
Do you want to
about?
stop sharing, Mike, or are you done?
I found, yeah, I'll stop here, and I'm gonna see if I can find that thing.
I guess they can have as many as they want, as long as we know they're paying for them.
Yeah, well, and they would, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it's,
But how do you know that? I mean, because one could, I had so many garbage cans in my yard, not Republic garbage cans, but things blow down the hill in a rainstorm. And so or a neighbor could have moved and they said, oh, I think I'll take this. I mean, you know, and then when the new neighbor comes in and says, oh, I need a garbage can, and they bring them a garbage can. I'm just saying, there are ways to get garbage cans without paying for them, I think.
Well, typically, I mean, you have the official, I'm just talking about the official fare-resistant garbage can.
Right.
And that's the one that
And we
Public
maintain
Service
account
should be
for it.
picking, that's one that Republic Services should be picking up because we are paying for it. Now, if Republic Services, you can have one for yard waste, for so much yard waste, like and it can set beside the can officially right now, that's what you can do. Now, if Republic Services is picking up non-Republic garbage out of other cans, then I don't know, that's on them, I guess. Because we haven't been policing that now, so
Okay, all right.
I don't know, what we have in our contract for that, because we're not paying by the pound for the garbage, we're
Well,
paying by the can.
We set a number of cans for the year,
Right, yes, I know that.
and then, we don't get to adjust it for another year. So
So, but we're.
if we say, give us 1,500 cans, but we only charge people for 1,000, then we're running in the hole.
Right, yes, but we're also, I guess what I'm saying is we're not paying by the pound of garbage. So they are picking up more garbage at one house than none at this one. The city itself is not paying more for it. But, I guess I would like to know, in our new contract, we signed a new contract yet?
No, we have, the draft is done, has it been sent off to them yet?
Yes.
Or did it, okay, so they have our draft that we sent, so their version of a draft that they kept saying, wait, their version of a draft was a blank template. So we went through and added our stuff in, and it has been sent to them. The anticipation is it's gonna go back and forth at least a couple of times.
So I would like to, we know how many residential units we have, but how many residential lots do we have? That's what I would like to know.
Residential lots that have something on it?
Yes, yes.
I think Lee's got that, he's working on, he'll have that number.
Okay,
Because there's a difference, versus, because some of them have duplexes and some of them have,
there's a whole bunch of them that do that.
yes. But there's also a whole bunch, I think it might balance out because,
There, that too.
You can't count on your snowbirds.
well, no, they
I-
still have to have, everyone has to have a garbage can, period.
Okay.
And it would be.
Every structure is how we do it currently.
Right.
Every living unit.
Right, but if we switch to every lot, residential lot has to have at least one garbage can, and if you need two,
What if it's a vacant lot? No?
no. You're not gonna charge somebody for garbage when they,
So
There's
it's not
nothing
every, it's every residential lot with a
every
unit on
developed
it.
lot, thank you,
Yeah.
every developed residential lot.
And then you're working toward done, so.
I have one public comment.
Yes. Yes.
If I can sneak it in.
Yes, please.
As you know, cardboard is an issue. We've been studying the problem. And our ability to continue to haul it ourselves has been challenged. We don't know if we can continue. We've been working with Republic on some different options. We've looked at the new baler. There's no ROI on that. It's way, what it comes down to is, we are potentially looking at just throwing it away, which I know makes some people's toes curl right now. But financially, it's to the point where we have to seriously consider just getting another, converting our dumpsters, and one dedicated to throwing away cardboard and one dedicated to throwing away trash. And I'm not quite sure. One of the options we're looking at would be to have a trailer that we could load cardboard and drop it off at the recycling center. And then the recycling center person could bale it at their leisure instead of us showing up and filling up the whole building with cardboard. I don't know if that's, you guys have to have that discussion.
They'd get two trailers and just
Yeah.
rotate them through.
Yeah.
And so that's an option we're looking at, but, so it's
What do we
rotating
charge
trailers
commercial
or
folks for
trash.
cardboard right now?
$300 a year.
Yeah, that would, I don't know.
Does that vary if they're bringing
No, it's just
300
set.
truckloads of cardboard a year?
No, it's just a set $300, and we'd have to, and we can't really turn someone away, you know, technically, you know, if someone pays their membership.
So if he pays his $300 business membership, buys two
So we'd have
trailers.
to look at, either changing the fee structure based on, you know,
But we have to remember what our objective is. So our objective is to get people to recycle and keep stuff
yeah,
from
that's,
ending up
that's
in
what
the
I'd
trash.
say, that right now, there's nothing, I mean, it's $300 a year, you can bring as much as you want. There's no guidelines out there, I guess, that restricts it. So, do we get paid for cardboard?
I think so, but not much.
Not much.
I mean, it doesn't,
Doesn't pay for it, no?
Our cost to drop cardboard this last time went up. They actually charge us to drop the cardboard. So, again, what that runs into is what we're paying to drop it off is what it would cost to get another dumpster and throw it away.
So
So,
Rod, wouldn't you have to, fill that dumpster over and over and over again to get rid of, I see your stuff.
well, they would pick it up three times a week.
3 times a week. And you think that would be sufficient,
That would be a 6-yard dumpster 3 times a week.
6 yard?
Those are expensive.
Yeah, and they're working with us on the cost. But they prefer to keep the cardboard out of the
Yeah.
landfill as well, but they also understand finances as far as.
Wasn't there a while that you guys were hauling it to Billings?
We just did another haul, and that's where I'm saying, and right now it's costing us, it's a break even. We can throw it away for $200 a month, or we can haul it for $200 a month, but when we haul it, we also lose, you know, the man hours to load it on the trailer, the man hours to drive it down there and drive the trailer back. So it's actually more expensive. At this point, our most expensive option is to haul it versus,
Is to recycle it yourself to haul it to Billings?
and
Or to-
getting a bigger baler, it won't fit in the building, or what?
the cost, we $40,000.
Per
What they're
baler?
telling us, $40,000 for a baler. I can pay a lot of dumpster fees for $40,000.
That's a
40, you
lot.
said?
I thought they were like
40.
14.
Was the hang-up with Kyle's, your bales were smaller than his
Right,
bales?
we couldn't
So it
load
just
it.
never worked,
It wasn't
okay.
so it was a rebale, you know, haul the bales down, cut the twine, rebale.
That's,
Or, I guess, what I'm asking is, can we invest in 2 trailers and rotate them out?
I'll talk to Kyle about it. I'm
So
not gonna.
that's the question, we're trying to make a decision
mhm,
what we're gonna do.
yeah.
And I've been recycling cardboard for over 50 years. I started out, that was one of my jobs at Safeways when I was 16, was we switched from sending it to the landfill to getting a baler and baling it and recycling. So I've been recycling for 50 years, but at some point, it doesn't make financial
Yeah,
sense.
it started in the 70s, you're right. That's when I started thinking about it and doing it. I hope something works out, I really do. That would be great, but maybe these two, Kyle and Mike, can figure something out,
Yeah, I'll talk to Kyle tomorrow.
so.
Madam Chair?
And she got tired of us.
Well, I mean, she's gonna come back and adjourn the meeting, but
So our goal is to not throw it away, but at the
Right.
same time, we have to,
we're not gonna go broke not doing
our
that.
bottom line has to,
Are you looking at a used baler or a new baler?
we're trying to source them off of eBay,
Uh-huh,
and, you know, that's what Sean was, 'cause then you got shipping, you got all these different things, and it just financially didn't make any kind of sense to. get a
those
big
balers
baler.
we have are bulletproof.
Well, they last forever.
Yeah, if we could find a good used one, or, but that's great.
Yeah,
I gotta go to my lunch.
so
You gonna adjourn us?
that's the question I present to Public Works.
Are we done?
Not
I
till
thought you
did.
were gonna adjourn it.
I'm not my meeting.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.
Okay.
I thought you were going to adjourn
Oh,
before
we're
me.
waiting
Hey,
for-
Mike,
Okay.
how intimately knowledgeable are you about these
Yeah.
addresses?